History changes how we look at how we view a concept, just as the norms of society changes. Our ancestors didn't always live in a world that knew no color, knew no race, knew no sexuality. That's why we're questioning them, and that's why their actions to us seem blurred.
I'm Hispanic. I'm white.
I'm African American and Native American.
I'm half white and African American and Native American.
I'm African American and Native American.
I'm a Salvadoran.
I'm Cambodian.
I'm a Salvadoran. I'm Hispanic.
I'm Sri Lankan. If you want it to define you, then yes, you can let it, but it doesn't have to define you. Like my race, I'm happy to be Sri Lankan, I'm happy to be Southern Asian, but at the same time, it's not something that I'm like, I'm not assimilated, you know? Looking back, maybe 50 years ago, there's more opportunity, I guess. But at the same time, I think there is definitely racism in being a colored student. I think living in Amherst, in a place like Amherst, we don't really get exposed to it that much. But in other parts of the country, other parts of the world, maybe there's definitely more racism. I mean, if in society being white is something that gives you more opportunity, I still wouldn't do it, I guess. I guess if you're looking back in society like 50 years ago, yeah, I guess there's a reason why people would do that, because of the bigotry and the harsh racism that was there. But in today's world, no, I wouldn't be ashamed of my roots. I would definitely express them, and I would be really happy about them. Societal guidelines, I think looking back probably in society a while ago, there would probably be like guidelines, like, okay, blacks can't do this, blacks can't do that, it's like certain racism against them, but I don't think there's like guidelines being a certain race. I think everybody is like equal, and we just happen to all be unique in our different ways, so you shouldn't put a guideline to something that's like saying, is there a guideline to being Chinese, while there's a guideline to being, Sudanese. Like, people are the same culturally, there's probably a difference, but there's not like a specific guideline to that.
Okay, hello y'all out there. My name is Sophia and I'm a senior.
And I'm Regina and I'm also a senior.
Well, I am black.
Well, I'm African American and I am also Portuguese. I guess I get like a little bit less rights and they get probably less opportunities than other people, considering the achievement gap and etc. So I have to probably work much harder than some other white students do.
I guess it's a set identity that you have, and you have a set expectation in society. You have things that you are expected to do and things that you're not expected to do, and where you can fit in and where you don't fit in. And as a person, you are supposed to, conquer those and defeat those and overcome all those stereotypes.
Nowadays, you can kind of see that, we're involving something much bigger. Now we have a president who's black, but back then it would have been unheard of. It would have been, unthinkable. So you have lower expectations. People would probably definitely get more racism. Now it's more subtle racism, but back then it would have been more outspoken.
Basically what she said: discrimination, segregation, racism, lack of respect, lack of consideration, no rights.
Once you think about it, there's still some kind of level of segregation, though. A little bit now today.
There's not.
But not as much. It's more masked. They call something else. No, it's segregation. It's so strange.
I am 50% Puerto Rican, 50% Polish. I think in society today it means that I can place myself in either category and be accepted into either category. I think that right now, like at least in some aspects, it's the same with like where you have to be defined as one, as like either black or white. But I know that like right now, like what we talked about before, I would do the opposite, which would be like embrace the Puerto Rican culture, because that could give me some kind of benefits that the other one would not. 50 years ago, depending on where I was, I mean, I consider myself to be white and consider myself to be Puerto Rican. So I don't think I would ever say, no, I'm just white and completely forget about that. But at the same time, I wouldn't do the other one. So I don't think I would ever try to do that.
50 years ago, I think if you were homosexual, if you weren't straight, you would become more of an outcast. You know, families would kick out their loved ones, kick out their sons, kick out people of their family, you know, just kind of disown them. But that's like a majority, it's not all of them. I think looking 50 years into the future, like looking at modern day, I think it's gotten a lot better. I think, you know, President Obama, for a sitting president to say, you know, it's okay to be gay, it's like, we're not gonna be harsh against it. It's something that's like incredible and crazy. And I think today sexuality is just like race in a way, because like 50 years ago, whites and colored people weren't able to be together, but like now, people are coming to accept people who are homosexual and stuff. And I think you see that in all platforms.
I think you can learn a lot about somebody without knowing their sexuality, and that shouldn't change finding out their sexuality. But I also think that a lot of people define themselves within their sexuality. And if they choose to do that, then like that's the image that they portray to the world. But if they don't, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, or it shouldn't make that much of a difference. Like if you like someone and then you find out their sexuality, you shouldn't dislike them if you disagree.